So one of the common questions that I'm asked is, why would I want to carry a Windows tablet around? Well, because even though the hardware is in a more compact form compared to maybe a 15-inch or 14-inch notebook, I still have access to the same software. And one of the programs that I use a lot is Microsoft OneNote. And it's basically a legal pad on drugs, because for all intents and purposes it's your basic A4 pad. So I can like give it a title, test page, then I can write everywhere. OneNote actually doesn't like me using the pen to try and enter text, so I'm gonna just write on it. Okay, so I'm just camera having a bit of trouble focusing on the blank, so hello, and it still thinks I'm trying to drag onto it. Let's see. Okay, pen, hello world, how is everyone doing right now? So I can basically have some text, I can scribble drawings. Now this is all fun and good, but the coolest part is that after I have written everything down, if in a few weeks I decide to come back, look for the words, let's see, everyone. Okay, as you can see, everyone is highlighted. Everyone is highlighted, and so it does background text recognition as well. And if you write a lot of if you go to a lot of meetings and you take a lot of handwritten notes, you know that this is a pretty cool application that you can use. The other thing that most people would probably want to use Windows is for media support. So, well, we have Windows, so basically anything that you can play on your PC, you can play here. For example, I could try playing an IMVB file, a real file, real media. So this is popular with Asian people. But of course, I'm sure that a lot of people are more interested in how well it can play high definition files, because for most people, they feel that the Atom processor is underpowered and, well, unusable in situations like this. Let's see what do I have under the hood. So I have a Atom N450. It's one of the newer Atoms. And now I'm going to play a 720p video. So you can see that it has no trouble decoding it, and the frame rate is pretty consistent. There might be some drops here or there, but generally it is up to par with, I mean, it's just an Atom processor. It's definitely much better than what most people expect from it. Now, to prove again that this is a 720p file, let's check out the details. Okay, so it's an MPEG-4 container using AAC audio. Now, how is this achieved? This is achieved by using a video codec that we can see here. Is called the Core codec. You can find it at CoreAVC.com. It's a really cool H.264 codec. It allows you to just basically use 720p files on a simple Atom PC. And if you're still not convinced, let me just show another one. And this file is, let me just skip forward. Nope. Okay. Now notice there are subs. This is not, for those of you familiar with media, this is not a hard sub. This is actually a soft sub file. So once again, this is definitely a way you can enjoy most of your, if not all of your media downloads. And if you're still not convinced and people are just saying that, oh, I'm only watching anime, I guess there's one last one we can go for. So this is a 720p video. You can see it's playing pretty well. There's some stutter in the more noisier areas if you're familiar with the variable bit rates. And then this file, here are the file's properties. Let's go to it. So this is a Dolby AC3 codec for the audio channel. Okay, so that there's media support. And of course, finally, if you're running Windows, you have access to, well, every single plugin that you have access on your desktop. And of course, most people would think about, the first thing that comes to mind would be using Flash for videos and for games. I can't exactly show you Hulu since I'm not in the US, but so you have to be satisfied with games for now. But when you start playing games on your tablet, you notice one very interesting problem. You see, this is a point which I'll touch on later. The problem here is that most applications expect the user to have access to a mouse and keyboard. So for example, Robot Unicorn Attack, controls are press Z to jump and press X to rainbow attack. If only it was left click to jump and right click to attack. So, well, never mind. We can still call up the keyboard and I can still play it. It is possible. So for those of you familiar with this game's resources, you should now be able to gauge how much performance of the Atom is. Yikes! Playing with a soft keyboard is definitely not something that the developers expected you to do. Okay. So, Flash gaming, perfectly possible. Possible, yes. Desirable, well, that's up to you if you really need to kill time somehow. Let's check out something else. Okay, I have the T101 is a multi-touch capable keyboard, so I can play games that require more than one key press. But again, let's face it, this is definitely not the best way to enjoy games. Find something that can be played only by the mouse. Okay. It's squishy. Okay, I have to hold this at an odd angle because, well, I'm wearing camera. You can see this keyboard itself supports multi-touch. So again, once again, same rule applies. Is it possible? Yes. Is it desirable? No. Okay. That's enough for that.